Hi everyone, I'm David, also known as Pop. I'm in South Central Louisiana, the city of Lafayette, and today I'm going to show you what I do on a typical Saturday. A little bit about me: I have a full-time job working 40 hours a week, so I do my gig work in the evenings and on Saturday. If I miss a couple of days during the week or something, then I may do a Sunday afternoon, but typically Wednesdays afternoon I dedicate to my grandson, and Sunday afternoons I dedicate to my family. So today, as I said, we're going to start off with some DoorDash and continue to do DoorDash during the lunch rush. It's 11:30 this morning. It's partly cloudy. It's 72 degrees, pleasant weather. They're expecting a high of 80 today, so we should have good weather to do deliveries. So I'm going to turn on the app, see what's going on, and we'll get delivering. Okay, so after waiting about 1 minute or a little less, the first offer came in. Is for Chick-fil-A. As you can see here, $12.65, 6.1 miles. It's going to take me about 20-25 minutes to do the delivery. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one to start the day off, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we got it picked up. We're heading to the customer, so let's deliver. Okay, while we're heading there for the drop-off, I'm going to explain a little bit about why I took that particular order. In this market, DoorDash is a little bit different than Spark when it comes to what you can earn with it. Typically on DoorDash, I make about $1 to $2 an hour less than I do on Spark, and my dollars per mile is usually a little bit less. That's just the way this market is. So when you do DoorDash here, you have to kind of bring those standards down just a little bit. It's still making money, so that's a good thing. I hear a lot of people say don't take anything less than $1 a mile. Some say don't take anything less than $2 a mile. That includes round trip, especially with Spark, because Spark you got to come back to a store somewhere, so you have to have that return mileage figured into your price that you want to set for yourself when you're trying to take an offer. With DoorDash, it's a little bit different because where you end up at makes a difference. For instance, if I took that order and it puts me out in the middle of the boonies somewhere, then that 6 miles that I was looking at, I have to double that or add to that to get back to an area where there's some restaurants where you can take an offer. With DoorDash, a lot of times it will leave you or have you positioned in a place where there's other restaurants there, and you can just take off from there getting more offers. So the 6 miles on that particular offer that I'm looking at with the $12 payment would be $2 a mile if it puts me in a place where I continue doing Dash where it leaves me. This one, I looked at the map and I think it's in a pretty good positioning place for doing that, so that's why I took that particular offer. With Spark, I do a little bit different strategy. The reason being is the zone that we're in is a little unique, and I'm going to show you what I do with that. I do something that I call bounce around, and if you want to know what bounce around is, keep watching. I'll let you know a little bit later in the video. Okay, so we got that one dropped off, and as I was leaving, heading back to my zone, we got another offer. It's $10.15 for 7.1 miles. The previous one, if you remember right, I told you that I chose it even though it was less than my dollar per mile because I probably picked something up. Well, driving a total of 9 miles is when I picked up the other offer, so that made the original one quite a bit over $1 per mile. This one is $10.15 for 7.1 miles. It's from Mercy Kitchen, wherever that's at. I don't think I've ever been to that restaurant before, so we'll see what happens here. All right, we got that one picked up. The restaurant took a few minutes past the expected delivery time to get the order out to me, so we'll see what happens to my on-time rate with this drop-off. We're heading to the customer's house. We got 3 miles to go, 9 minutes. Let's deliver. We did that drop-off, and within a minute I got another offer. I forgot to screenshot it, but it was around 10 something and around 6 miles or so. We got it picked up. It was waiting for us when we got in, and I was wrong about the 6 miles. It's only 3 miles drive, so that's even better. Let's deliver. As soon as I marked that one complete, we got another offer. A whopping $4.90. Wow. For 6.2 miles. Guess what? Decline. Okay, so here's an update. I parked in the parking lot, unpaused DoorDash, and immediately I got an offer. Pick up at Five Guys, which was right across the street. Not as easy as it seems to get there because of traffic, but it's $7.15 plus. Now, what do I mean by plus? $7.15
right
plus for 2.4 miles. DoorDash, for whatever reason, on some offers will hide part of your pay that you're going to get for it. Why do they do that? Nobody can really figure it out. But that means that this offer is not $7.15. It's $7.15 plus some. We won't find that out till after we do the delivery. Now, while I was in Five Guys waiting for the order to pick up, I got an add-on to it for an additional $8.40 for an additional 3.7 miles. So I went ahead and took it. We're already in the restaurant. Both orders were due at the same time. It's an extra 3 miles, 3.7 miles. So I went ahead and took it, and we're on the way for the first stop. Let's deliver. Okay, so I dropped that one off. This one required a PIN number. Customer was waiting for me at the door. It's to a business. Gave me the PIN number, and delivery is done. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon. Typically about this time I start checking out to see what Spark is doing. A lot of times in this market, that's when Spark starts getting busy on a Saturday afternoon. So right now I got to make a decision. Do I switch over to Spark or do I keep doing DoorDash? DoorDash is still showing an estimated 1 to 4 minute wait, which is still pretty busy for DoorDash. I checked out Spark, and Spark right now looks completely dead. So we're going to keep dashing and see what happens, at least for a little while. Here's an update. We got to one of our parking spots, unpaused DoorDash. Almost immediately got an offer, piece of junk. Got another offer, declined it. Got another offer. It was so-so. It wasn't really good. It was okay. I went ahead and took it. There was a stacked order from Chipotle, 2 drop-offs, and I delivered those. And as you can see here in the background, guess where I'm at? Walmart. DoorDash seems to be kind of tapering off. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. This is about the time that I would normally go to doing Spark. So we're here. We'll see what's going to happen. So it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I'll give you some totals at the end of the video on what we did with DoorDash, and at that time also with what we do with Spark the rest of the day, if we stay with Spark all day long. So I'm getting ready to turn on the app and see what happens. But first, everybody that does Spark knows what Spark does quite frequently. And since I was logged out of the app, guess what it says? Sparkers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. ID confirmation. So here we go. Let's do the selfie for Walmart, and then we'll turn the app on. Here goes. Got the glasses off just in time, because if you're wearing glasses, it won't do. Processing selfie. Processing. You're all set. Done. Spark now. And we are on. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're starting to get a few things come in. Nothing worth taking yet. I had a just for me $7. Really? But it said it would only take 7 minutes because it was a half mile or run across the street or something. But tell me, how am I going to park, get inside Walmart, pick up whatever item it was, get back in my car, drive across the street, deliver it in only 7 minutes? Okay, don't quite understand that. This one's interesting. It's an express shopping, 2 drop-offs, $22.42, 6.1 miles, 43 minutes. Let me look at what's... I think we're going to take this one. $22.42 for 6.1 miles. I hit accept, and let's go start shopping. We're in our parking spot. We're about to go in and do our shopping. As I told you before, this is a double shopping. If you're familiar with Spark, you probably know what I'm talking about. We're going in and shopping for 2 people. One of the questions that people have a lot of times is, how do you keep the 2 orders separate? Well, these are 2 smaller orders, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I've had issues I've got some thinking problems sometime where I can't think and remember things. So I had to come up with ways to keep the orders separate. And then I discovered this. This is a shopping cart divider. It's made out of a soft burlap. It's got pockets at the top and the bottom with bungee straps. And you place that across the cart, and it keeps the 2 orders separate. So I will show you in the store how I do that, and it may be a help to you to get one. All right, so you hook it in, bungee cord here, here, there. This side's got a pocket. Again, I have bad memory, so I need to have some way of knowing, hey, am I putting order A in the front or order B in the front? So look what I got here. A little handy tag with an A and a B on it. Let me look at the order, decide which one's going where, and we'll start shopping. Okay, as I was showing you about the divider, these are really small orders, so it doesn't have the real effect that it does when you have a large order. But you can see each order is completely separated, and you don't have to worry about anything getting mixed up. Pretty cool. So, tell me that you do Spark without telling me you do Spark. Here's my setup. Got a couple of bins in the back trunk area of my SUV, and then we use the back seat and front seat for other orders. We're loaded up. We're heading to customer A. Let's deliver. Okay, I just took one. It's $26.34. 53 minutes estimated time. The mileage might seem a little high to you, 13.5 miles. If I was round trip back to the same store, that would be 26 miles, $26. It's $1 a mile. We want much better than that if we can. With Spark, I can normally achieve better than that. But positioning, it will position me to be just probably about 5 or 6 miles away from another store. Okay, now let's talk about what we got here. This area, the Lafayette area, has 5 supercenters, 5 Walmart supercenters, and it also has a Sam's Club. I'm going to refer to them a little differently than what I normally would, because you not knowing the geography here wouldn't know what I'm talking about anyway.
At the light.
We have the 5 stores, one that I call the North Store, the West Store, East Store, South Store, and Southeast Store. The one that we just picked up from is what I call the Southeast Store. The positioning of the last drop-off actually puts me right dead center between the Southeast Store and the West Store. This gives me an option to choose offers from 2 different stores. This increases my odds of getting something because I'm not looking at offers just at the store I'm sitting in the parking lot at. I'm looking at offers coming from 2 different stores. So the odds of getting a better offer has doubled because I'm looking at 2 stores. The offer that I just took is at the West Store. So I have started out at the Southeast Store, going to the West Store. The mileage seemed a little high, 13.6 miles, but when I look at it on the map, it puts me about 5 or 6 miles from the North Store. This is what I call bounce around. Because of the location of the 5 stores, and I'll put up a map of where they're located at so you can see, I can take offers from one store that seem to have kind of high mileage if it positions me near or within range of another store.
Turn right onto Foreman Drive.
So in doing that, I'm bouncing around from one store to the other. In this market with the 5 stores, there's mainly 3 of them that I bounce around between, because the 3 of them that I do that with are all normally within a range of being able to get to the store in time after accepting an offer. One thing that it does have that I do like is it's got the flash tags there. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
1.5 miles. Turn left.
Flash tag is they have this little frame that they put the price tag in, and it's got this little green light on it. And in your app, your Spark app, when you go to find an item, it tells you your aisle number, your section number, your module number. But when you're walking up to the section that the item is in, there's a little button in the app that says flash. You tap that button and you start looking down the aisle and you'll see a little green light flashing. That's where your item's at. You don't have to start looking, going down row 22, 28, 30, here's module 4. Okay, here's module 40. No, you've got this little green light flashing at you. So you don't have to really put a whole lot of thought into where it's at. You can find it really easy. Another thing that I really like that we have in all of our stores here is the in-store GPS. Now, I think most markets have it, but if you don't, this is something also that's pretty amazing how it works. When you go to shop for your next item, again, it gives you your aisle, your section, your module, but above it has a map of the store. It will put a pin location of where you're at and a pin location of where the item is. And it has a GPS map, just like you use your GPS on your car. An actual GPS map that takes you straight to the item. So if you've got that, and then you're at one of the stores with the flash tags, makes shopping really easy. So we're heading to the West Store right now, and then it will position us to head out to the North Store after that. So let's go shopping. We are heading to the drop-off, and once we get done with that drop-off, we're going to head to the North Store, as I was talking about earlier. Because of where I live, I actually live 14 miles north of the North Store.
Turn right onto South Dominguez Avenue.
What I normally do is, when I'm doing Spark and I'm doing the bounce around like we talked about earlier, I try to make sure that around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, I try to take an order from whatever store I'm at that will bring me north, closer to the north
At the
store,
next light, turn left.
and eventually get to the north store so that I can end my night closer to my house. We dropped that one off, and now we're heading to the north store. It's about 6 miles away. Here we go. Multi-trip incentive. So evidently there's an incentive here. $14.49. Okay, 16 miles, 49 minutes. No, sorry, Spark. Okay, we just got to the north store. Now, this is one of the funny things that I do on Saturday sometime. A lot of times my wife will order Walmart Plus at home to have groceries delivered on Saturday afternoon. And so while I'm here doing Spark, I'm getting messages from my Spark driver saying we're out of this item. This item's unavailable. This item's unavailable. Chat with your Spark driver. But my wife didn't put substitutions of it to allow substitutions. So the stuff that they don't have, I'm going to pick up on the way home tonight. Finally, something came through. We have there's a Spark driver telling me what time they're going to be at my house. Okay, so we have a shopping order, $30.40, 5.5 miles, 57 minutes. Let's go shopping. $16.76, 19 items, 23 quantity, 3.6 miles, 35 minutes. Let's see what that is per hour. 35, we're going to add another 10 minutes to that. What is 16.76 divided by 45 times 60?
16.76 divided by 45 times 60 is approximately 22.3466.
Okay, so that's $23, right? $23 an hour. Some people say if it's not $20 or more for an offer, don't take it. I find a lot of times if you take these $15, $16 orders that only take you 20, 30 minutes, you can still do $25, $30 an hour doing that. Unfortunately, before I could grab that one, somebody else did. So give me your comments on what you think about that. Don't take an order if it's under $20 an hour. It takes an hour to do. Or do a couple of them that's $16 an hour, $15 for a half hour. That's $30 an hour. What do you do? Okay, I just took an offer. It's not the best. Just things aren't going real fast right now. $14.61, 2.5 miles, 30 minutes. Let's do the math on that, see what that is. 14.61 divided by 40 times 60.
14.61 divided by 40 times 60 is 21.915.
Okay, so that's $21.91 dollars an hour. 21, right at $22 an hour for a short trip. Let's go do it. 15 minutes in and out. Now we head to the customer. More than likely, looking at the time, it's 7:30 p.m. This will probably be my last drop off. Got to go home, take care of some family stuff before bedtime, try to get to bed a little early so we can get up early in the morning for church and have a family day for Sunday. So we'll go drop this off, we'll do some totals, finalize everything, and see what happens. So for now, let's deliver. Okay, so we got that one delivered. It is 7:51. I've been here at the store for a few minutes, calculating everything, figuring everything out. I'm calling it quits for the night. I got to get home and do some family things before tomorrow morning for church and everything. So let's see what happens. Last week on Saturday, I did way over $200. I hit I think it was $27 and some change per hour that day. In fact, I did a earnings record last week for the same number of hours I work every week. I broke my all-time record for earnings. Monday came around and it's like somebody flipped a switch off. Everything just kind of died. So this whole week has been a struggle. Again, that's part of gig life. You have your good weeks, you have your bad weeks. So let's see what we got. All right, so between, on DoorDash today, I made $59.80. On Spark, I did $93.77 for a total of $153.57. Got a total of 8.25 hours, so that comes out to $18.61 an hour. Not the best. My average has been between 21 to 25. So this is definitely below my average. We ended up with $18.61 an hour, and I drove 98.5 miles, so that comes out to $1.56 a mile. That's not the best either, but it's not the worst. For this market, Spark, I usually get about $1.75 to $2.25 per mile. DoorDash, I'll get anywhere between $1 to $1.25 per mile. So doing DoorDash and Spark together is probably what brought that down a little bit. But hey, that's $153.57 I didn't have this morning. I'm thankful for that. I enjoyed doing this today, and now I'm ready to call it quits for the night. But even with my Walmart Plus Spark delivery at my house today, there's a couple items that weren't available. So I'm going to go into this Walmart and do some shopping for myself. I'm going to be my own Spark driver. The pay's not that great though. Anyway, enjoyed it. Have a good evening. Happy driving.